We have the privilege of being a good friend to our friends, to people around us. We listen to them when they cry, we encourage them when they need it. We'll talk to a stranger telling how good is what he does or she does. We'll be nice to a person in the comments when we read a sad post. Or we'll be cheering someone who achieved something. But we're not doing that for ourselves. We deprive ourselves of such friendship, of such love, of such attention. We often will be like, oh, I cannot do this. No, not me. That person maybe, but not me. I'm not qualified. Who am I trying to fool? I know. Oh, you're so ugly. Oh, why are you trying? Oh, you're never gonna finish your college. You're too stupid. No. Why bother changing jobs when this is what I'm meant to do because I cannot do something better? Oh, you failed. Remember that and don't do it next time. Stay safe. That's the love we show to ourselves. That's the encouragement we give to ourselves to go through the days. And that's unfair. That's unfair to ourselves. You know, sometimes when you see like political debates, you know that there's a whole team who's working on how to find bad things about the character of the opponent in order for them to come and spit it out and win the race. In our case, that team is made of one person, only one, and that's ourselves. We are the people who enjoy and we're ready to bombard ourselves down instead of cheering us up. And often that's related not even to, like, it's so automatic that it's not even like we don't even understand how we do that sometimes. And it was interesting for me to read about the Ivan Pavlov's research or theory. And what he did, he took some dogs and he took a bell and he was ringing the bell each time he would feed the dogs. So after a while, when he would ring the bell, the dogs would just salivate because the dogs would think that when they hear the bell, they would associate it with food. And this is what's happening to us. Sometimes we're so used to repeat the same action, the same thought, the same negative talk to ourselves, that we are just, as soon as something happens similar, we're just salivating like the dogs. We just are ready to give the same response, the same negative feedback to ourselves. And if you think back when you were a child, or maybe you have children, you know that when they start to walk and run, you tell them, careful, but then one day they just run out of the edge and they fell out and get hurt. And what the child learns? The child didn't learn from your words, be careful. The child learned from falling down and hitting himself, and that was when he learned that if he's gonna run on the edge, he's gonna get hurt. Or another example, when you teach children to eat and you say, we need to blow on the spoon because it's too hot, you're gonna get boo-boo. And the child is like, and then he grabs the spoon, he puts it in his mouth, and he burns himself. And that's when he learned, actually, that the food, if it's hot, can hurt. We can say as many times as we want that something is going to happen until the child experiences, he cannot truly learn it. And that creates automatic behaviors. That creates repetitive behavior. So as we grow up, we know if it's hot, we're not going to eat it because we've already tried a long time ago. Or we're not going to walk on the edge of the tall building because we might fall. Or we're not going to do things that we learned and repeated as for our entire lives because we learned from that. And that's automatic. Sometimes you wouldn't think that, you wouldn't stay there and say, oh, the food is hot, I'm not going to try it because I might get hurt. You just don't try it because you know you're going to get hurt. And something like that happens with our thoughts. Our thoughts, we are so used to them and we've done them for so long that it becomes automatic. Sometimes you don't even have to tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to do it, who am I? You just don't do it because you already know who are you. And what I want to say with this is that it's a good idea to sit down and think about your thoughts. I want you to understand that you can have one thought at a time, only one. You cannot have two thoughts in the same time. So each time when you have a bad thought, you can replace it with a good thought. You can choose to have constructive, helpful, cheerful thoughts. And I'll teach you how to do that. So you are taking a note, some notes or a paper, or whatever you want to use, a pen, and you're going to put a plus sign, a minus, and do a line like that. So a plus, a minus, and a line. So each time during the day you have a good thought, put a plus down and plus it each time you have a good thought. Each time you have a negative thought, you do a negative sign. But when you have a negative sign, I want you to write some keywords. What was it about? And after you do that, I would like you to take time and count how many positive thoughts you had, how many negative thoughts you had. And I would like you to take a look at your negative thoughts, what they were about, and how you can change it. How you can change your negative thoughts into positive thoughts. And an example I wanted to give is like, for example, if you have a big task to accomplish and you have a deadline, sorry, and you are like, your thoughts are telling you, I will never finish this task. Never, I won't have enough time. No, what? No. And such a thing, I can finish this task, or how can I finish this task? And break it down on how you can do that. Now, you went from, I cannot never finish this task on time, a negative thought that's blocking your action, that's blocking your decision to do something, to a, how can I fix this? How can I have this done on time? How can I break this task in order for me to finish on time? To a more positive, constructive way of looking at your thoughts. And that goes with every single thought that goes through your mind. Think how you can transform this thought into a positive thought. When you give attention to your thoughts, just acknowledging that you have that thought, it's already a good thing. And when you take the steps on how you can make a negative thought into positive thought, it's already more than halfway work. And if you do that often enough, you'll be able to transform your thoughts. You'll be able to encourage yourself. You'll be not the person who bombards yourself with everything you can do and why should you do, to a person who is like, I got it, I can do it, I know that. So each time when a negative thought comes to your head, stop. Stop, you know when it comes. And think how can you make it positive. And if you cannot think how to make it positive right in that moment, replace it. Replace it with a good, positive thought. And that's taking practice. And it can take a month. It can take 2 months, more, until you work through all your thoughts. And that's going to help you to be positive and to grow. And this is why you have to have the best discussion. And that discussion is with yourself. Please subscribe, comment, and like. I really appreciate your support. And I'm thankful that I can have a little bit of time of your day in watching my videos. Thank you.